Welcome to the University of Winnipeg, Richardson College for the Environment Complex. Here we are at 599 Portage Avenue, outside of a beautiful building. Pay attention to the windows. You can see that every window has an element on each, and we actually have the full periodic table on every single window of our building. So it really truly is a work of art and an architectural masterpiece, this building. I'll talk to you more about this building once we go inside. And yes, let's go have a tour. My name is Jamie Petracek, and I work here in the Richardson College in the chemistry department. I am one of the 3 technicians in the department. Here we are in our atrium. Beautiful atrium, okay? So this building was built in about 2011. We are on the grounds of the original Winnipeg roller rink. So that roller rink had stood here for about 30-40 years. It was then torn down and they rebuilt this building. You can see these beautiful planks here. These were actually on the ground of the roller rink, and they reused what they could of all the materials from that building to build this building. And these are a really nice talking piece, and they are very nice to be reused on our walls here. This building is also very environmentally friendly. It has a very low footprint, okay? So it doesn't cost a lot of money to run this building because it has its gold certification in LEED, as you can see with this plaque behind here. This building has an energy wheel. So what that means is a lot of the heat is reused, it's recycled. The air is cleaned and purified and then re-entered into the building to be reused. And as you know, we are in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and it is quite cold. So those energy savings are very good, obviously, for our climate. You can see that the building also used a lot of windows. Those windows bring in a lot of extra light. It makes it feel like you're almost outside. It also saves on energy bills. So we do not need to actually have as many light fixtures in this atrium. You'll obviously have seen that there are some trees here. These trees are actually from California, a very specific type of tree that can grow indoors. And they are growing based on the light coming in here. And it provides a very nice working space for everybody in this building. You can see that there are tables and chairs all around here, and a lot of our students love to study in this environment. Back here, we have Elements. Elements is a restaurant where you can come pick up a snack if you forgot your lunch, or have a full meal, or meet up with a colleague. It is a full-service restaurant that is fully licensed. It has very good food and is very convenient if you want to pick up a quick snack or a full meal, or even have an event here within the building. Continuing on in our tour of the atrium, here we'll find our chemistry department computer lab. It's looking a little different than it used to because we have our shields in place and webcams and such. This room typically has 24 computers in it. You can hold a full class in here, and a lot of our labs will come down here for a full lab to do a digital lab. A lot of lecturers will also use this room. It has a full capacity. We're connected to the internet. Everything you would need, we can install whatever software is needed for that particular course as well. Here we are in one of the classrooms in Richardson College. We have 2 classrooms, and each classroom can hold maybe 50 or 60 students. These classes are typically used for our 3rd and 4th year higher level chemistry courses. Higher up courses have less students, so they can utilize these rooms. We also use these rooms for seminars and all kinds of departmental events. So you can see nice wooden tables with chairs and a nice projector, everything you need to perform a lecture within the building. Here we are in the 2nd floor of Richardson College office area. You will find here a lot of common spaces that we all share. Here is the boardroom in the back. We do have 2 boardrooms, but this is a bigger one, our Granitoy boardroom. Here we have all our copiers. There are 2 sets of copiers, so lots to go around. We also have a printing service here at the University of Winnipeg, so don't worry. Lots of printing options available. Over here I'm going to walk. You'll see lots of offices, as well as a common shared kitchen area. So you can always put your lunch in here, use the microwave, do your dishes, and lots of options to help you feel like at home. Here we see a typical faculty office that we would find in Richardson College. Our offices are actually very nice. They're very homey, very comfortable. You will see here that we have carpet. The carpet goes in here. Beautiful wooden desk. They also have lots of area, very big room for working on your computer, interacting with colleagues, research, lots of room for students to come for office hours, lots of area for storage, paperwork, textbooks, that kind of thing. We also have windows in all of our offices. They are beautiful, these windows. Most of them face either Portage or the Atrium, so you get a lot of nice natural light in your office. Very comfortable, and yes, very nice offices. Here we have the assigned research study carrels. We have lots of them, as you can see. Typically this area is very bustling. There's tons of students. They have their own little community here. They each get assigned one of these research carrels. Typically these would be either research students or grad students, or sometimes we offer these carrels to our undergraduates. If they've been here 3 or 4 years, sometimes we will assign them one of these as well. You will see they each have their own lock and key cabinet with their own chair. Very beautiful. If you need to ever come talk to your students, this is typically where they will be. So it's a nice community atmosphere we find here in this part of our office area. Here we are in our biochemistry teaching labs. Right now, because it's COVID, we do have in-person labs running in this room, but it's only 6 people per day. So you can see we do have stations set up for 6 students, and accordingly, right now we do have set up for a gel experiment. So you can see that there's all kinds of equipment set up for our students. Typically, this room normally has 24 students, so it's quite spacious today, but normally this room can be quite bustling with a lot of students. These are great teaching labs. We have lots of space and lots of nice equipment, brand new pipettes, brand new gel apparatus, stirrers, mixers, all that good stuff. So I'm going to walk this way and show you our instrumental room that we have on this way. In this room here, we have our UV vises. So at the back wall, we have 2 UV vises that are very good grades. Our students use these regularly. Over here we have our 3 plate readers, brand new. Students also use these. We're starting to incorporate these a lot more into our curriculum, and they save us a lot of time and expose students to much newer technology. So that's the 3 plate readers there. On this side here, we have all of our centrifuges. We have a refrigerated centrifuge at the back there. That's a high speed, as well as our microscope that's hooked up to a camera system. So typically this room, it can change the setup from time to time, but our students come in here to use a lot of instrumentation, walk in here and then walk back into the teaching lab. So yeah, this is our biochemistry teaching room.
Hi there, I'm Peter Balagas, one of the staff members here in the chemistry department and one of the 3 technicians that are assigned to give you this virtual tour. We're here on the 2nd floor of the Richardson College, opposite the office area. In this hallway we have to my left our instrumental lab, which we'll tour in a moment, as well as the analytical lab across. Also on this floor is our chemical prep and storeroom, which we'll visit as well. We'll go into the instrumental lab here. Okay, as you can see, we are, the room is a work in development. We're currently stocking it with upgraded instrumentation. Our newest item here, our pride and joy, is a time of flight mass spectrometer. We have it about to be hooked up to an Agilent liquid chromatograph. Also, for the benefit of our instrumental analysis fourth year course, as well as the various chemistry and biology researchers who make use of the instrumentation, we have a standard gas chromatograph with flame ionization detector. We have an FTIR with a couple of pellet presses for that standard analysis. Over here we have a Perkin-Elmer Flame AA, a newer model. It sees heavy use in our third year analytical class, as well as several researchers in the chemistry department. We also stock two older and newer model Agilent GCMS, which are set up to do standard EI as well as soft chemical ionization to handle a variety of analyses. Finally, over here we have a pair of UV vis. One is teaching grade, the other one's a bit more robust dual beam to handle research capabilities. On the other side of the hallway, we have our analytical chemistry area. In this room, we conduct second and third year analytical chem labs. At this time, the windows have been blanked out to prevent glare from forming on the whiteboard, given that everything is a Zoom presentation, an online lab at this particular time. It generally is quite bright in here, but that explains why the windows are blacked out. As you can see, we have it set up so that each student is equidistantly located on the lab bench. Everybody gets 3 complete lockers of equipment. We have plenty of ventilated fume hood space for acids, bases, and solvents that are used. At present, this room also doubles as the first level of physical chemistry lab, which occupies the back bench for the various experiments that occur in that lab. Conjoining this laboratory space, we have our balance room. As well as some other instrumentation used in the higher level analytical courses. The balances, 4-place balances for accurate measurement in the analytical labs. There's a pan balance on the other side of the room. We also have an ion chromatograph that is currently being worked into the third year analytical chemistry curriculum and is used by a couple of research labs, as well as a general purpose fluorimeter that is also used in third year analytical and sees use across several other research areas as well. Ovens for drying samples against the window, of course.
Here we have our storeroom. Typically, when analytical chemistry is running, students will come, they will line up here, and we will give out samples, marking, give broken glassware replacements, that kind of thing. So this is our interaction for those students. This room is typically open when all of our labs are running, 2:30 to 5:30 on a typical weekday. I'm just going to open this up here and give you guys a little bit of a tour. Over here, you will see we have a room where we store all of our bulk acids and bases and solvents. This is actually a fireproof room. Very safe if something were to happen. This is where you can come and borrow some chemicals from us. Typically, this is where we store most of this kind of thing for the whole department, for teaching labs and also for some researchers. Over here, we have our prep space. This prep space is used for all the chemicals in our teaching labs. You can see all kinds of carboys and that kind of thing for large bulk. Here. So we have all our bulk carboys that we use mostly for intro, organic, that kind of thing. At the back wall over there, we have all of our solid inorganic chemicals, and these are stored by class. Okay, so for example, we have phosphates and sulfates here, and hydrides, phenols. This is based on the fire code. So every single cabinet is based on that, so it is very organized and very safe. These are the chemicals used for our teaching labs. and researchers can borrow them from time to time. And this is our storeroom.
Hello, my name is Ramin. As part of my duties, I look after the NMR facility at the Richardson College for Environment and Science Complex at the University of Winnipeg Department of Chemistry. Our facility has a 400 megahertz Broker NMR ultra shielded. It's equipped with a broadband probe for proton, carbon, nitrogen, fluorine, and boron. The system is connected via the NanoBay console to our workstation, which is running a Linux system with TopSpin 3.21. To maximize the usage of our time and utilization of the timing on a system, which is very valuable, we have added additional processing station for our system. We trained undergrad students, also our visitors, postdocs, graduate students, as how to have a hand-on experience on the system. So after the training, they will be able to use the system without any supervision. If you have any question regarding the NMR facility, send an email to nmr@uwinnipeg.ca and we'll be glad to answer your questions.
Hi, I'm Doug Craig. I'm a professor here in the chemistry department in the Richardson building. I've been here for, well, since the building was new. I've been here since 2011. Before this, we were in the old main campus. Been here since 1997 in total. So this is what a lab's like. This is my lab. Quite a bit of space if you look around. So I'm actually really quite happy with this building. I think it's a beautiful building. I've had typically I have 2 or 3 students working in the lab here with me. I think I've had up to 4, but you can see it's quite a bit of space for 4 students. My lab's a little different than a lot of the other ones. The other ones will have like a center cabinets down here, but I had to leave it open because I needed rooms for my instruments. And I talked to the architects. They built it to what I specified what I wanted. So in my case, we have the center power console over here to drop lines down, but most of the labs aren't set up like that. I have benches here, so bench space on this side. This is where we do our mix of our samples. There's quite a bit of storage space over here, lots of cupboards and drawers. If you have the other labs, when you have the central bench area, you have, of course, more cupboards. You have a little bit of shelving here as well. But I've got quite a bit of shelving on the side. I've got shelving in the back. I wanted this side here to be open so I could put instruments in here. So your fridges, centrifuges, things like that. We have the benching in the back here. Most of the labs they have, mine's just kind of instrument space or equipment space. But you notice they all have a little bit shorter of a counter, and they have this area here for a chair, so your students can set up their own desk here. I have spots for 2 student desks. Mostly my students just work on the instruments, and they don't so much sit in the desks, so I don't really have it set up for that. We have all the labs are equipped with. Well, here we have a snorkel, so this is just a ventilation to suck the stinky air out. And we have fume hoods, so we all have fume hoods here. Mine's technically a ventilated bench, but works well for mine. Most of them, I think, have fume hoods. We have storage area over here, so you keep your corrosives, keep your flammables. If you have, I don't use very many flammable solvents. If you use lots of flammable solvents, downstairs in chem stores, there's space for everyone. You get a cabinet, sort of about this big, that can be yours. If you need that much space, you fill it up with all your flammables, and then whenever you need them, you just go get them. I think that's about it. Okay.
In conclusion, we are going to wrap up our tour today. I hope you enjoyed seeing what our building has to offer. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions concerning what you see today, or you have other further questions. Email us at chemistry@uwinnipeg.ca and feel free. We're really looking forward to having everyone back here in person sometime in the future to enjoy this beautiful space.